we're gonna press K. That's my button for controls of the camera. To make sure that it's all smooth. Alright, Fnatic. What you doing there, buddy? Sorry.
30
Why do I have a
seconds to
cough
battle.
in my throat? A thingy, pickle. They're drinking all the water. Ah, that's a lot better. Alright, so let's go over who's playing what. Beaver? Beaver? I don't know how you want to call him. I see it as Beaver. But maybe it's just Beaver. Witch Doctor for him. Fnatic on the Weaver.
The battle begins.
We have Pycat on the We have Denny playing Lina in the mid role as we have Navi securing 3 of the runes. In general on the top lane with the clockwork. And meaning that the 3 we just saw taking that bottom rune will be Tri lane. And Muriel is going to be the only one moving towards that bottom lane for now. Looks like he'll be joined by Fnatic on the Slardar. In the mid lane, there's a dual lane at the moment with Nyx and Misha. Nyx on the Queen of Pain, Misha on the Night Stalker. Then he's gonna have a little bit of a tough time. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that sound was slightly delayed, wasn't it? And then Il2 will play the Lycan on the solo offlane for now. Bottom lane is where we're gonna spend most of our attention for the moment, seeing how that goes. Because we have a bit of a interesting laning combination going on. With obviously a Witch Doctor, he went for Cask
Not
first.
today.
Weaver can go for harassment a lot with a Shikushi, but it's very expensive at this early start of the game in terms of mana cost, so we'll see how much mana he has left. Sentry ward being placed, there is an observer. They take it down straight away. Then there's the Night Stalker. And then he has to be very careful with this lane. And I think it's oh, hello. Welcome, Weaver. They take the ward themselves. You gotta be careful here though. Nick's taking quite the beating there. Seneko has got another Shikushi in 2 seconds. He knows that there's no sentry right now so that he can't get out, so he's playing very ballsy. And that was salve from Nick's cancelled, but cancelled after you already used most of it though, so it doesn't really matter that much. I am expecting maybe Navi to try and pressure this lane a bit harder so that they force that Night Stalker bottom. I think that would be one of their better plays. Also around 4 minutes, so it's nighttime, what better place to try and beat on somebody and try to make sure that he can't run away? It's at the bottom lane. They're too far away from their tower to escape to the safety of their tower to run that way. So the only way that they could deal with the Night Stalker then is to fight. And nighttime Night Stalker will be that. Oh, Denny. This might be it for you. He's got a fairy fire, but first luck is drawn by Misha. That's it for him. Fnatic the one
Gold remains.
having 6 last hits on the lane. No, Fnatic. That's a maledict, guys. And that's gonna hurt. It's level 1 only, but it's still gonna be taking quite a beating, especially since he sprinted, so he's gonna take a bit more. But he has the heal coming out from Muriel. Well, that's gonna help him a ton, but he should be careful. I'm very interested in seeing what... Oh, again? Then he dies again. I'm very interested in seeing what Fiverr is going to do with this level 3. If he's going to get that on level 1 Maledict again. In the meantime, Denny has died twice on mid. He does have a very tricky mid lane with the Night Stalker hanging around. But they're focusing a lot of attention on him. In the meantime, these guys have a bit of a tough time. It looks like he actually is going to die in general. One more hit. No, he's not going to get it. He has a flare in 3, but the salve already picks him up again. He will be able to disable the salve if he wants to. If he hits the flare properly, he's not going to try. Salve is already done. In the meantime, we missed a kill on Muriel as Viper gets the last hit there. Witch Doctor did get level 2 in the Maledict, so that is how he got that kill. And the middle is another tricky time. Misha was invisible, then he did not see him coming, and another kill going the way of M19. Misha patiently waiting, giving the last hit to his Queen of Pain. But that is the third death that Denny has. In the meantime, the only kill that Navi has to show for is kill on the Warlock from one support to another. Let's see if this Night Stalker with 4 can get something done on this full Warlock as well. He's taking a large beating and he gets slowed by Muriel's Warlock as well. And he will end up dropping his Doctor is gonna come out. Doesn't matter that much for the kill. Viper, you gotta be careful there, buddy. I know it's level 2 cursed, but you can't give your life for that, especially not if your enemy's not gonna die, which looks to be the case. He pops himself so that he can take the last hit of damage. 2 extra kills going the way of M19. On the bright side, there's a bright side. Look at this. Night Stalker is no longer in mid lane. Dendy is finally released from the grips of the monster. He is still obviously very far behind this Queen of Pain, but it's at least better than having a Night Stalker running through the whole time. In the meantime, this Lycan is 22 or 23 for 1. General sitting on 28 for 7, so slightly ahead on this lane. You gotta imagine also that when this Clockwork reaches level 6, he wants to be able to make something happen. Now there's 2 ways this could happen. Either he's gonna ask for some backup to try and kill the Lycan, unless he thinks he can kill him by himself, in which case he's gonna try that. Or he has to leave the lane, in which case the lane is free for the Lycan to take even more farm. So it's a tricky position to be in as a Clockwork, because you know you have to make something happen, because that is your hero. Curse already came off on Misha, but Misha doesn't take that much damage. And Misha and Queen of Pain is here as well. This looks like a dead Pycat again. Teleporting to the Clockwork, he has got his level 6, but can he make something happen? This slow from Muriel. Muriel has got that at level 2, and it's paying off so much. Down forward, silence off on Lina. He's just going for the right click. The silence lasts for a very long time. Hook shot coming in, going for the Warlock. Well, you just get a Warlock with the rotation of 2 other cores and still losing your Troll. That's not worth it. Troll did end up going top and trying to get some farm over there. But just a Warlock there for Navi. Not really a favorable trade for
Dire's
them.
top tower is under attack.
Instead, Muriel mid, he's level 3 still, so probably wants to get some extra level 1. Fnatic and Newbee, you know, that thing is, he's gonna try to kill that thing, but he's still dead. They're shooting one more hit. Yeah, the flare will do the trick. General though, can he run away from this one? He's got his face boost. He should be okay. It is, he could have probably chased it perhaps, but it's too risky as well. You don't know how many people are backing him up, and they don't really have any vision here as they only have a sentry though. So you don't know who's hiding behind that corner. I can handle Seneko there. There's a bit of a guard. He will not show himself as he moves past. The Troll should be able to get a decent last hits against the Lycan. Ooh, nice word there. Making sure that you see the Night Stalker coming in, and his daytime again in the meantime, and here comes the hook shot. That's a Queen of Pain, and the blink is just on cooldown. The cask up on 2, and this is the best type of cask you can hope for. That means that Nix dies, Misha in a lot of trouble as well, and a double kill goes away with General. That is a Witch Doctor's dreams coming true right there. 2 people standing that close together with no creeps. Oof, lovely. And for the 2-0-3, so level 3 on the cask there, making sure that that's worth it as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Brian coming out for Navi. So far, we have Navi after those last couple engagements pulling out ahead. Of course, they started out rough. Not gonna lie, they started out very rough with Dendy dying 3 times. Now, Alina, in terms of catch-up potential, you gotta try to have some stacks, but mostly you're gonna try to get kills. That is your way of catching up. Just farming is not gonna do the trick. So it will be interesting to see how much more active he's gonna get and how much he's gonna try to rely on, for example, the clockwork to try and help get those kills. Of course, the previous hookshot on mid, there was no lead that round, so she didn't get the experience or gold from those 2 kills. At the same time, General is creating space right now as well, and that is a good thing as well. Making sure that Lina does have some time to farm before M19 is getting active. He has got a flare available, but he doesn't know if someone's there. He can try. Check it out. Well, this word just scouted out the clockwork walked about. Oh, we were wrong there. Damn it. And it was only 1 kill off too. Pikecat teleporting out. Is there crush in time? Nope, there is not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Flare. They scout out this warlock right here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You could try. No, they're not even wanting to use the hookshot on him. He's just dead. The curse there also level 2. General gets the kill. He's dominating right now. He's 4-0. 4 people right now from Navi on his bottom lane. The only one missing is then he's still trying to catch up in the trees.
Radiant's bottom tower
Jungle
is under attack.
In the meantime, top lane is getting pressured hard by M19. They got 3 heroes around there, making sure that this tower is not gonna live very much longer. So look at mid. He's trying to delay the push in mid lane because Nyx was over there pressuring that one. Oh, he has to be careful though. There's a top one that still has a hook shot. The siege creep standing nicely though. Walking towards the Queen of Pain, still having that hook shot. He's safe now. That is. Yeah, I was gonna say that I would not really need it, but I really like that that he saved that hookshot because he could have hookshot in and he could have probably killed him with that as well. But if it's not needed, if it's not necessary, then why do it? That hookshot is his ticket to a kill. Almost every time you can get a guaranteed kill with that, but why use it if you can already get a guaranteed kill without using it, right? Ended up using it anyway, but better safe than sorry, and that is exactly what this Witch Doctor thought as well. Biver, just with his ultimate, it has a fairly short cooldown. Just 80-second cooldown for an ultimate like that, so it's worth it. And it's a Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain was doing fine. Let's take a look at net worth. As well, actually, it's not too bad for M19. They have the 2 highest, but they have 3 heroes. Rather, Navi has 3 heroes in that top 6 that are very high, and the 3 heroes of M19, that Slardar is not really on the same level as the rest. Let's see if this smoke can get anything done. This Brian was just used, so all these people are like nice and high on health. No ward placed by that warlock going for the other one right up the hill over there. Aaron coming out for the Night Stalker. Careful. Careful, Deadly. The silence. He saves the silence for the lead, but can that be any backup? Oh, there you go. Chaotic offering coming out, and Pikecat is taking a large beating. Who can finish him off? Nobody yet. There he goes. In the meantime, it is Lina that tries to go for the wolf. The flare will finish him off in the end there, but it is Navi that is losing a lot of their members. Time left needed to be used for that Weaver. Can't get into the fight just yet as Clockwork General, that is his dominating streak, ended. Mega kill streak ended even. The cast doesn't kill off Fnatic to slow them down. 2 for 3, but this fight, I'd say that's one fight by M19. Sure, it's also in terms of numbers, but they did lose their Lycan. But getting that Clockwork was massive. That was a lot of goals going the way of Fnatic, and Fnatic was the one that needed it. Look at it. I was just saying that Fnatic was the one that wasn't really on par with the rest of the squad, and he's definitely making a comeback with that kill. He's got his blink dagger off the back of that fight as well, and with that blink dagger, I mentioned it earlier during the draft, that blink dagger is his ticket to success. He needs a blink dagger to be able to fight. What is happening? That's a dead Queen of Pain 4-way Doctor. That is worth it for Navi. General already starting to track back off. He didn't get last actually, but good hook shot nonetheless. And, aggressive Queen of Pain play. Nice crush coming down from Bunny. Just slowing down. They did see the blink dagger, so a bit of a reveal there. Well, that was a good. That was a good fight earlier for M19. The only downside with that fight, as they do crush on Senego, the downside with that fight is that they fought over here, right? They ended up fighting in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. Look at how healthy that tier 1 tower is. Sure, you won the fight, but you gotta take some towers off the back of that as well. Otherwise, what are you fighting for? You gotta take some map control, and they didn't do that. Maybe with this fight they can. They fight Pycat. They stop them. They probably are able to kill him fairly easy. There's no backup for Navi coming their way, and rightfully so. It's too scary. Viper, it is a nighttime still. Fnatic is still looking for someone. Gets pushed back. There we go. Viper is the sad one. General should be able to teleport out, but that's worth it if they sacrifice a witch doctor. They're trying to see, scanning to see if they can find the clock still there. But he's teleported out. Another good kills. Another couple of good kills by M19. Power. That's what we're gonna look to it. Sure, we see people have to fight. Yes, it's important. The gold definitely making a difference, but the biggest difference is getting control, getting map control, and they do have General. They did a push away. Nice play by him, but it does leave the tower, of course, still unprotected. Mako thinking about going back in, but yeah, they do have the Lycan, and Lycan is a hero that pushes very fast, so time to make use of that. Time to try and get some control, get some towers. Meantime, bottom lane, Lina is still fighting. Not fighting. Ooh, can you make anything happen? I don't think so. You gotta be careful. Silence up now as well. But they got the tower. They got what they came for. Clockwork. Are you gonna try? You don't have a hook shot, so I don't think you can. Lina got the tower on bot lane to half health. Then still trying to catch up. I mean, he's okay in terms of net worth, but it's still not really where you want to be. He can't be as aggressive as he wants to be. Queen of Pain, too much out of control, and very close to getting her Orchid done. Overall though, let's see how the net worth looking. Back to 0. Navi was ahead at the start, with those couple of kills that we saw them get. But M19 now with that tier 2 tower down, and with some obvious advantages in the team fights at the moment. Pulling out ahead, let's see what's happening over here. This looks like potential smoke. And where there's smoke, there's fire. Are they not smoking? It was just a shrine. They were just looking at the shrine together. I see smokes on all the peoples. There's a Clockwork, or sorry, a Witch Doctor that has a smoke in his infantry. There's a Weaver that has a smoke in his infantry. No smokes today though. Just back to farming they go. And then me pushing on the top lane. We do have Pink coming out to defend it as well. But yeah, Lily's not gonna go as far as actually stand there. It's too scary, that too. The Slaughter with a Blink Dagger, especially with an Invis rune. They did not see that getting picked up, by the way. Navi has no idea. But they do have to. And they get the stun out. There's no way Fnatic can make anything happen there. You saw his mid animation. That stun, that Light Striker Raid was at the right time to interrupt that.
Radiant's bottom tower
It has a fairly fast cast point, so it would have been able to be casted in the middle of a battery assault too. So, a nice catch, good sentry. That sentry was at the end of the duration and was there to counter a ward. very unfortunate for Fnatic, to be honest. What is Troll doing what you need? No, he's killing creep. Of course. Still have a frog in my throat. Oh sure, it'll be fine. Alright. Let's see if M19 can do this. If they can get the Arusha. The shrine comes out. A shrine again. The scan. So they know. And they've got some smokes. And they know that fighting in the roast is probably not ideal because there is a chaotic offering waiting in the wings.
Your song has fallen to the Radiant.
Now gets the Anji.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There is some people here on bot lane. They've got a ward. They see them coming. They look for a target. They find Fiverr, but they can't really jump just yet. I don't think that he's gonna make it out though. The rest is gonna teleport and panic teleport while Fiverr is still trying to buy some time. But this time the crush does it. There's really no way out for him. It's wishful thinking that he can make it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, these towers are the towers that they wanna get next. At least a tier 1. You know, tier 1's like free money on the map. Navi is preparing for the long run, by the way. They're preparing for... Ooh, a bash! Bendy! Alright. Killed himself. With the bloodstone charges. We've got 8 left.
Sustains. Gold remains.
Gotta be careful here. Windstock, he came back bottom. Muriel, can he get something happening there? No, he can't. He dies. In the meantime, like, he's fine. He popped his ultimate. He's very speedy. Nobody's gonna even try to chase him because it's not worth it. But Navi really know that they need to try and defend this bottom tier 1 because if they start letting this ball get out of control ahead of M9, oh, they find Troll. Can he make it to the shrine? The shrine's up. Yes, he can. Gina coming in, getting an amplified damage on it. Sorry, corrosive haze. Navi's buying time, but have started like this is the first tower that they actively protected. They make sure that they keep this part of the map. Map control is so important. If we look at it right now, it's all dark on the map for M19, yet they still dare going in. Oh. 5 heroes jumping 1-4.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nobody could come in close enough to defend in time.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Looks like they're gonna have to protect this tier 2 tower. Well, looks like they can't protect this tier 2 tower. Fnatic finds himself a troll. That's a scary target to find. He's not the one getting silenced on him, but he's taking a lot of damage with that corrosive haze on him. Teleport out by clockwork. Tyket left his fight and picks off. In the meantime, the tier 2 did get defended. We have Senehu coming forward and they prioritized killing the troll over anything else. Senehu trying to make sure that the waves are pushed out. And of course also trying to keep himself alive and not give away that he's still hanging around there. In the meantime, mid lane, M19 is doing the same thing, but then in mid lane. Kill themselves off, and a little bit of a witch doctor right there. Witch doctor. You're dead. Oh, poor guy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They only saw him briefly through this this word of the high ground too. If they knew what was there, that was enough.
Dire's middle tower
This slow
has
little
fallen.
dude. They saw him walk right there. That's really all it takes. He thought he was safe. Beat out by Suneko, who's still just whittling around about this tower. The tower is slowly but steadily is dying. And this wave, this tier 1 tower, by the constant pressure, is just being kept alive for so long. We're 24 minutes into the game. Tier 1 still standing. I mean, obviously we still got 2 tier 1 standing on the top and bottom on the side of M19. Let's get a little bit on that side. Yeah, and this is Viper knowing, like, wait a second, they shouldn't know I was there, so there's the word right there, so we can't do that. Making sure that the vision is gone, and vision of M19 is kept to a minimum. Net worth is still so close. Same thing goes for experience gained. These two teams, they're still so even after Navi having a rough start, trying to catch up a bit with a couple of kills, but of course that disastrous fight on bottom, it wasn't that disastrous, but still not a great fight on bottom for Navi. Let's see if they can take this tier 1 in the mid lane. They definitely want it. Or maybe they just want to get the vision out there. I really like that ward placement, by the way. Getting to see if someone teleports in as well to watch that one.
Radiant's
Oh! Hello! That was a blind jump in, by the way. I don't think Fnatic was aware of that. Get the silence up. Oh, Warlock! Drop the golem. That is a support weaver you're doing that for, buddy. I'm not sure if that's where you want to be doing. This might be an opening for Navi to fight. Now that the chaotic offering is down, this might be a time for them to try and make a fight happen. They still have to hope that they don't lose General though, but he can shut himself away, manages to catch Viper, says thanks. Friends before, huh? Always wondered what that was like. Oh. Oh, what's happening here? Double damage for the but jumps into High Cat, not the guy you want to jump into. Witch Doctor does end up going down. Ownage on the side of M19. Gonna take against that kill. Factory Assault. Fnatic in trouble, but gets himself out with a sprint and a crush. The darkness has been popped, so no chasing. It's gonna be done right now by Navi. They still hold on to that tier 1 tower. But this game is still pretty rough for them because as we saw previous game, you don't need to get kills as long as you get towers close to the enemy, you can win the game. And that is exactly what M19 is doing, and better yet, they're still getting some kills on the back of it as well. So they're in a pretty good spot if you ask me. They just need to find a way to get on top of this game, and it's so difficult to do that because it's basically all general. You gotta give it to that guy. That guy's already played really well. He's 5-0, 5-1-5. He's been involved in 10 out of the 12 kills, but he is still the one needing to do more, and it sounds so sad for him because he's already done so much, but he's the one needing to keep the pressure up, needing to find the kills. And make sure that M19 just feels too pressured to go on the enemy side of the map. And that's when it starts getting better for Navi. Tower is in the eye range. Nisha just wants to use it as bait. Oh, Denny, please. There's a lot of people here, but they do not know. Oh, they find Snake. They were looking for Suneko the whole time, but they just found Lina instead. And you gotta imagine that at this point, if you are losing one, either Lina or Weaver, you gotta choose. You're still choosing Weaver, so that's very unfortunate. And Well, in the end, the tower died anyway, so they didn't even need the help of Benny over there. He's got top 9 tier 1 tower drop there as well. General's the one to call there. But the tower died still. So even though M19 gets that return kill, some lights of spectral hope there for Navi coming back as they take 2 towers on the map. Meaning towers are actually even at this point, unless this 19 manages to take down this tier 1 finally. But 2 tier 2 left standing on the map on the side of M19. 2 on the lane, on bottom lane, still standing. Tier 1 there, tier 2 instead of Navi. But if you would ask me who's ahead at this point, I mean it's so difficult to tell. I think in terms of fights, M19 they got the better of it. The only thing they lack is some more vision on the side of Navi. Some deeper wards so that Misha can initiate some more fights perhaps. And I'm looking for fights because I think they have the upper hand when it comes to fighting at this stage. On the side of Navi, they need to find pickups, so they need to hope that M19 is not together and then have General pick someone off and fight that way. For that as well, they need some more vision. Both teams are in the same, a little bit of in the same boat as far as it comes to vision. They can place vision on their side of the map, as they did. Both of them have a ward in their own jungle, but other than that, they can't really go out too far to place wards on the other side of the map. BKB almost done for Pycat. When the BKB is done, he can finally fight a bit better because the silence and the crushes have really been hurting him a lot. He needs to be able to get his whirling axes off when he fights. Most of all, he needs to be able to attack so he can actually stack his fever and also get those bashes out when he fights. So the crushes, the magical damage, it's been just very annoying for him. Roshan taking very fast controls of haze, helping out there. About that enough, we can't fight that. Again, they need to be the ones fighting the pickoffs and the team fights. That's something that M19 needs to find. And for people that just tune in and are not aware of M19 as a team, M19 is the team that made it through the open qualifiers. It's a Fnatic stack, if you will. People have been calling it that anyway. He's the most notable player, most known player in their stack. And they made it through the first open qualifiers. There were 1,024 teams in that first open qualifiers of the CIS region. Out of 1,024 teams, M19 is the victorious one.
A soldier's fortune.
Got a Sheever's guard up on Sheever's team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 1 tower, finally then. Nobody of Navi here to do anything about it. There's 5 people bottom. They still have the Aegis, they have the cheese. It's go time. He needs him in mid lane. Weaver is pushing out the tier 2 there. He has got teleport on cooldown still for another 13 seconds, meaning that he won't be there in time to save the tier 2, but he should be there in time to deal with the pressure on the base. Radiant's middle tower. Set up on the mid actually, wanted to go for Weaver. Donagwave is there. He's got his axe, but well, doesn't even matter if he has axe, but he's dead. He did get the tower though. In the meantime, bottom lane, should have gone rock. Fallen. Nina's already dead before we even really tuned into this fight. Didn't like it. They're just going ham. Finds the witch doctor. Kills the witch doctor. And across the board, then it's going to be 4 dead as General dies here too. Nope, he manages to hook out, but that... Oh, they jump forward. Can they actually fight up high ground is the question. They might. They think they can. They kill off General as well. Pike at the last one alive for the team. The crush comes out right after the Manta Saw. The BKB still turns on though, and Pike manages to make himself scarce, but only uses his time to function and watches the drone die. Now that's a drone. Steers 3 tower. Still pretty bad if this turns into a lane of rack. So that's something that Navi knows as well. So they buy back. Buy back on the Clockwork, buy back on Dendy's Lina. Let's see if they can make something beautiful. It doesn't look like M19 is going to give them the chance to do everything with those buybacks. Oh, what you doing there, Snake-O? That crush would have been fine.
Radiant's
Oh, he
top
cancelled
tower
it.
is under attack.
Oh, if he only knew. If he only knew. That's a tier 3 tower down though. And we saw how fast that... Like, that's why I said M19, they need to find those team fights. Did you see how fast Lina really was not able to do anything for it? Died 2 Bloodstone charges that he has. Oh, jumping forward, finding a crush, getting them 2. Both General and Snake-O suck on that time lapse back. Nicely done. That means General's going to live for a little while longer and Snake-O's going to die for that one. He doesn't have time lapse to save himself. One Fnatic stuck in the cog. General, he got that time lapse, but I don't think he's going to enjoy it very much longer. If 6 gets it wishes, he does get a wicked seal streak up with the kill of that. Pycat, Manta styling away from that one. 3 dead again on the side of Navi. This time, no buyback for General. Mid lane in trouble. And they're probably just going to rotate bottom and take the rack. Perhaps they can. There's just a troll and Lina alive. There's really nothing they can do with the 2 of them. Better yet, if they lose Lina again, that could be game over. They're going for the shrine though for now. Playing it safe. You don't want to get too greedy. One fight can turn everything around. Rough times for Navi fans, but M19, the Open Qualifier dream, is alive. This is their first game of the day. They've obviously got many more to come, but they are starting strong right now. As they look to have a solid grip on this game with the net worth spiraling out of control, experience same story there. Navi in a tough spot to try and take this game back. Step 1. Getting some map control back. They've got that ward out there, but their most important mission right now is to get rid of the wards that M19 has placed over there. And then the next step is making sure that M19 is not going to come that close to the base anymore. Because if they fight that close to the base, we already saw the fights are mostly won by M19. Navi needs to try to find some pick-off so that M19 can't group up and go like that.
Rock it on.
It's a tricky one though. I mean, I'm saying like it's very simple to just get some map vision out and get some pick-off. If it only was that easy as that, then it would be a very different game than what it is right now. I do like this. Yeah, waves pushing out all the time.
Nice burn.
And the question is, when is M19 gonna go again? They don't have that ages anymore, but they do have speed. They can wait for the next stages, it won't take that long. Regen rune, lucky spot. Let's see if we can find someone here with a smoke gank. Oh my god. Dodge on the crush. Pycat manages to definitely dodge it with his Manta Saw. He'll try to teleport out. He's going to do just that. As
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Darder wasn't there in time to try and get some bashes going, but without the restructure, there's no restructure open. In the meantime, the wave bottom has been pushed out again. And this these barracks are going to be the best spot. something happen. Nice start, already coming forward. But on silence, this way from Lina already. Silence up by the Weenie. Weenie, he can't time one, slap someone. And he's gonna have to silence himself if he gets back alive after that silence ends. He does not get that though, and he ends up dropping the Nita Pike and looking for a target, but he's taking so much damage from this Lycan. Warlock dropping the golem though, close to the base. And forces Navi back to their fountain cast and toss. That's a really nice one actually, but is there enough damage? There is not. Haven't Halbert paying dividends here as the Lycan manages to make sure that the Tycat is not going to get a single attack off. GG's being called. Navi lose their first game in the regional qualifiers for this international 7. While M19, the open qualifier team, is successful in their first game and set a good pace. A good example for the rest of the games to come for that. We are going to move forward to our next game as well. The next game is going to be Anji versus Double Dimension. Double Dimension, the other open qualifier team. We're going to see how they fare against Anji, which we already saw lose earlier today against Team Vega Squadron. We'll be right back with more Dota 2.
Regenerate.